What best definition should I give the hijab? I thought deeply in my primitive mind. Hijab is a garment, literally, but abstractly, it is covering, closing, refraining, stopping, and avoiding. It is keeping away from. Hijab can be portrayed as closing your eyes and shying away from sins, closing your eyes and avoiding the sight of sins or haram, closing your ears and avoiding the sound of sins, lowering your gaze from haram stares and glances, using nice words when speaking with people, respect and obedience to parents and elders. Be kind and gentle towards humans and animals. Refraining from evil thoughts and doings, refraining from bad behaviors and attitudes, refraining from bad dressing and living. Avoid going to places of sins with your legs or using your hands for wrongdoings. Avoid maltreating or oppressing the weaker and younger ones. Avoid backbiting or gossiping about others. Hijab means to avoid hurting yourself or others. Hijab is beauty. It is beautiful. Hijab is composure. It is elegant. Hijab is amazing. It is adornment. Hijab is admiration. It is humbleness. Hijab is generosity. It is compassion. Hijab is understanding. It is love. Hijab is courage. It is confidence. Hijab is truth. It is comfortability. Hijab is happiness. It is wonderful. Hijab is certainty. It is bravery. Hijab is peace. It is identity. Hijab is loyalty. It is humanity. Hijab is a garment. It is covering. Hijab is perfect. It is home. And who would want to lose his or her home anyway?
White hair beat maker.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good evening, everyone. This is our first episode on hijab, and we'll be talking about what hijab is. A lot of people would think hijab is a garment, a clothes. When you ask what is hijab, they will tell you it's a garment, it's a clothes. But hijab is not only a garment, it's not only a cloth. Like, the literal definition of hijab is covering, to cover, to shy away from, to keep yourself away from. If I'm covering myself, it's hijab. And again, hijab doesn't necessarily mean wearing all our big hijabs. If you dress properly, you are in hijab. As long as you try dressing decently, following all the dues of hijabs and the don'ts of hijab, it's hijab. The sister's wearing a abaya, it's hijab. As long as you close your aura, make sure for the ladies your shape doesn't show, it is hijab. Hijab could be anything depending on the way you look at it, depending on how you predict it, depending on how you see it. When you look at hijab as truth, it is truth. When you look at it as composure, it is composure. It depends on how you see it. But mostly people have the idea of hijab is just hijab. But then hijab is not just hijab. Hijab is hijab. Now look at this. If we say hijab is covering, then let's look at lowering your gaze. When you lower your gaze from looking at haram, it's like you're covering yourself, you're blocking yourself from looking at haram, from getting a sin. So automatically you are hijabing your eyes and your steps, your legs. We use our hands, legs, eyes, or senses to commit sins. So if we could use hijab on our senses, we definitely refrain ourselves from committing sins. So literally, today's episode is just on what is hijab. We'll talk deeply in our next episode on what is hijab, and we'll ask 7 people, maybe 2 to 3 people, their views on hijab before we discuss more on hijab. So I hope you tune in next week, and I hope you enjoyed this small session of hijab. Thank you.